Hey guys, this is going to be one of those yearly, state of the channel videos talking about some of the updates and some format changes that are going to be coming to the channel this year, and just to tell you about some interesting news and so forth. I'm going to start by talking just briefly about the arcade. Lots of people always ask me about that. It's actually doing pretty good. Can't complain. Some days it's a little slow in there, and other days it's just so packed that you can't even hardly walk. So it just kind of depends on what day you come. Speaking of that, I'm just absolutely shocked how many people have come by the arcade from like fans of the channel. I knew there'd be some, but it's like almost every day that I'm there, there's maybe one, maybe sometimes 10 different people come by that are traveling through Dallas, and they're like, "Hey, I want to come visit the Time Rift." And so, I always happy to give anybody a tour and, talk about whatever you want to talk about if you happen to come by. So I just thought I'd mention that. My role at the Time Rift is going to be changing a little bit this year. So since we've been open now a little bit over a year, the arcade's kind of starting to run itself a little bit more, and I don't need to be up there or active as often. So I'm going to be cutting back my hours and time at the Time Rift to some extent, and just also like changing some of the things that I do. For example, one of the things I'm going to start doing come next Wednesday, as a matter of fact, I'm going to start hosting trivia night. So we're going to do like sci-fi trivia, or I'm going to do like Futurama and Doctor Who, Star Trek, and maybe even Harry Potter and stuff like that. And we'll do little contests and give away some prizes and stuff like that. I'm going to actually host that. It's probably not fair for me to actually participate because I'd probably win everything. Anyway, I'm also still planning on doing a German night where it's all German language the whole night. That'll probably be like on a day we're normally closed, like Monday or Tuesday. I have not got that set up yet, but it is definitely on my plan this year to get that going. It'll just be a regular event, just like the trivia night. So hopefully some of you guys that are in Texas can make it to those events that I'll be hosting, because I think they'll be fun. But other than that, let's talk about some changes here at the channel. So not really a change, but just FYI, I am currently working on a Tandy color computer documentary, which I've been planning to do for years. And it's about halfway done. I'm hoping to have it finished in about 2 weeks. These documentaries, as you know, often take 3 or 4 weeks to produce. That's why I only make like one video a month these days, because I'm typically doing these documentary style videos. Actually, the color computer has been an interesting one for me, because I had to learn a lot about it before I could make a video about it, because a lot of the things I thought I knew about it were wrong, because I never owned one and I've never really played with one much. So anyway, it's a pretty fascinating machine with a fascinating history, and I think you guys are going to like seeing that. Next topic, I want to talk about merchandising. This kind of goes back to the Time Rift thing. So 2 years ago, I said I was going to phase out merchandise. And part of the reason for that is I needed more time to work at the Time Rift. And now that I don't need as much time up there, I'm going to start selling merchandise again. I also kind of need to do this because, let's face it, YouTube revenue is really in the crapper, and I don't like doing sponsorships. I know a lot of people have suggested to me, "Hey David, if you're not making as much money as you want on YouTube, you should do sponsorships." And I've always refused to do them, except in certain circumstances when it made sense, like EcoFlow and things like that. But I've actually entertained like probably a dozen different companies over the last 6 months who have offered to have me do sponsorships for them. The problem is they always want me to do a 60-second integration. And I've just repeatedly told them, no, I don't want to do that. I'll do I'm happy to mention your product, maybe talk about it for 10 seconds or something like that. I don't want to do a 60-second integration. It just seems so forced. And to be honest, like even when you watch a TV commercial, how often are they 60 seconds? It's more like a little miniature infomercial embedded into my video. And I don't want to do that. And so I've told them, it's like, look, I'll do a 10-second integration, and you can pay me less. That's fine. You don't have to pay me the same as you would for a 60-second. But they always come back and they say, nope, we don't want to do any 10-second. We only want to do 60 seconds. We'll find somebody else. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, no deals have been made with any sponsors. And then I realized, of course, the best sponsor for me to have for my channel is myself. So since I'm getting back into merchandising, I'm going to start putting like a little 10-second ad in my videos, just talking about some of the stuff that I have for sale. And I don't think too many people could complain about that. At least it is relevant, and it's not like it's got to be more interesting hearing about some of my stuff than hearing about the latest VPN service or some iPhone game or something like that. So speaking of that, I'm going to show you some of the merch that we already have, and I've got a ton more stuff that is on the way, just is not here yet. For example, we're going to have these little tumblers, and right now this one says Quarks on it, but you can get these. I'll have these in all different colors, and I'm even going to have other logos on them, like the 8-bit guy and stuff like that as well. Some of these are already on the website. I'm also going to have mouse pads. So here's an example. Actually, this is actually going to come with every boxed copy of Quarks, so you wouldn't even have to order this separately. But I'll also have these available as a separate item as well. And then I've got Petsky Robots and the 8-bit guy, and I'm probably going to have some other designs as well. Speaking of Quarks, I'll go ahead and show you guys. So this is what it's going to look like. This is a new box design. I talked a little bit about this in the video, and this is a prototype. This is actually just made out of paper, and I kind of made this myself, but you can see how it works. It's a trifold, and then the disc is in a little pocket here. Yeah, this is a little bit flimsy. They're in production now. I should have them in about a week, and they'll be cardboard. They'll be a lot stronger than this, but this is exact size and design that you'll see. So this one's just for Commodore, of course, but I do have some other ports on the way, as you probably know, so there'll be some different boxes for that. But I'm probably also going to do a box like this for Petsky Robots, and what I'm going to do for that one is just kind of make it a generic box or trifold, and then like I'll just have a sticker for like what version it is, and then a manual that goes inside that is, of course, a dedicated manual for that platform. But that way I can use the same box for all the different platforms, because I've got like 20 different platforms for that game right now, and I don't want to have to stock 20 different boxes for that. So that's my plan for that. Speaking of Petsky Robots, I do have the SNES version back in stock, so that's already available now if anybody wants that. Oh, and here's the Quarks cartridge for the VIC-20. So I don't have these in stock yet. They are available for order, just like the box copy, but they're on back order. So, you can order it now, but it won't ship for another week or two. But yeah, this is what the Quarks cartridge for the VIC-20 looks like, and this is actually a functioning prototype here. I just don't have the. I'm waiting on these cardboard sleeves from the print shop. So anyway. And I got new t-shirts coming. I only have one available right now, which is the one I'm wearing. This is a new design. As you can see, I like big discs, and I cannot lie. I got some other designs coming too, which hopefully will be on the website in the next 2-3 weeks. Yeah. So, I got lots of cool stuff coming. And I'm also going to be working on another game. So you've already seen it. I'll show you a little snippet of it here, but this is the UFO game that I had started writing for the Commander X16, but never actually finished it. And my plan is actually I'm going to port this to the C64 and then finish it. And then once I get it finished on the C64, I'm going to try to take that code and move it back to the X16 and get it finished on that platform as well. But the UFO game I think is going to be awesome. The trouble is, I've been racking my brain out for like the last 2 weeks trying to figure out how to make this work on the C64 with the limited number of sprites, and especially since I will have to use like multicolor character mode if I want that smooth scrolling and stuff. So anyway, it's been a challenge. I haven't even quite yet figured out exactly how I want to do it, but I'll get something figured out, and I think it's going to be a really fun and unique game for the C64 and what other platforms it might end up getting ported to after. Oh, and I also promised to talk a little bit about the Quarks ports. So I'll show you a little snippet here of the work in progress for the Apple II. It's come a long way. And yeah, so this is using the double high-res graphics mode of the 2E, 2C, and 2GS. Then also Mockingbird music as well. So yeah, obviously some of the graphics you're seeing are temporary, but it's coming along really good. Hopefully it'll be done in a few weeks, and I think it's going to be a pretty good game for the Apple II as well. And then there is another port. Surprise, surprise! It aligns perfectly in time with my Coco documentary. We have a Coco 3 version. I'll just show you the work in progress for that right now. It looks pretty similar to the C64 version. The music is obviously inferior due to the Coco lacking a proper synthesizer chip, but yeah. So we are working on Coco cartridges, so I'll actually have that for sale as a physical cartridge that you'll be able to buy for your Coco. That's probably a month or two, maybe 3 months away before those will be shipping. They'll probably appear on the website in another few weeks for pre-order. So anyway, that's all I can really say about merchandising in the moment. Got just like I said, this year there's going to be a whole lot of new stuff. I have also hired a part-time helper to help with the merchandise, which is something I've never had before. I have hired people in the past during like big rushes, like when I have like a new product launch and I've got like just overwhelming orders. I'll hire somebody for a couple of weeks, but I've decided to hire somebody part-time pretty much indefinitely going forward, taking care of the merchandise and doing, updating the website and just doing a lot of little time-consuming tasks that I will be freed up from doing. And the last thing I wanted to mention is I'm also going to be working on selling off some of my collection. I actually started this a couple of years ago and I sold off a few things. So basically, rather than sticking it on eBay or something like that, I'm just going to stick this stuff on my website, and I'm not going to be in a hurry for it to sell. I'll put what I think is a reasonable price on it, and if people have questions, they can email me, and that way I don't have to pay eBay fees for whatever I sell. There's already 2 or 3 things up there right now, and I'll be adding some more over the next few weeks of things that basically stuff I already did videos on and I just don't need anymore, and I really, really, really need to reduce. It costs me money to store stuff, and if I'm not ever going to use it again, it makes sense to go ahead and sell it off. So yeah, I just encourage you to check the website periodically and see what kind of goodies I'm throwing up there. But got a whole lot of cool ideas for videos this year, mostly going to be primarily documentaries on computers that I haven't covered yet. I've been saying for a while that's what I'm going to focus on, but I'm going to do some other, interesting, unusual things as well that I like to throw in there. Other than that, I think that's all I really have to update you on. So any questions, throw it in the comments, send me an email. Happy to answer. And hope to see some of you at the Time Rift as well. Always happy to chat with anyone who wants to come in. If you're not sure if I'm going to be there, because unfortunately a lot of people do show up when I'm not there, feel free to send me an email and say, hey, what's your schedule at the Time Rift like this week? And I'll happily tell you, like, here's the days I'm planning to be there. So that way you can chat with me when you come by. Also planning to do a lot of conventions this year. I'm not sure which ones yet. Obviously, I'll be doing some of the usual ones like VCF and whatnot, but might be going back to Greenville, North Carolina. Might be trying out some new venues that I have not done before. So I'm not sure which ones yet. If there's any particular requests that you have for a convention for me to attend, I'd be happy to hear about it. Just throw it in the comments or send me an email. Other than that, that's about it for this update. As always, thanks for watching.